There was a post in the Coffee with Carissa group just the other day by Leanne, and she said, "Hi everyone, I need some words of wisdom. I've been looking for a salon premises for a while now, and I think I may have found the perfect place, but now I'm having doubts about doing it." And then she's asked, how did you make the jump from working on your own to owning a salon or owning a business? So going from a home business into an actual physical shop. And I thought this was a really powerful question, and it doesn't relate just to people like going from a home business into a physical business. It kind of represents taking the next step to the next level that you want to go to, no matter kind of what business or industry you're in. There's a big jump that you need to make, or a commitment that can frighten you and potentially, you know, sabotage your future success if you let that fear win. For myself personally, when I made that jump for the very first time, I was terrified. Like, I think it's normal to be terrified a little bit, but I've always had like a backup plan, or I get really comfortable with what the worst possible thing is that could happen before I do it. And so what that means is that if I signed a lease for that shop for a 1-year trial period, and I think it was $350 a week for my very first shop like 10 years ago, and I knew that I was making that much at the time because I was making about $1,000 a week in my business, but I was still like, oh, you know, but what if it slows down? What if it doesn't get busier? What if I can't pay that? Like, what happens? What if I do? And so then I wrote down like, well, these are all the things that I would do if that happened. You know, I would talk to the landlord, I would break the lease, I would close the shop, I would go back to doing it from home. Yes, it's technically failing, depending on what people think it is, but I had a plan for what I was going to do if the worst thing happened. So then by trying it, there was nothing really holding me back because I was okay with what might happen if things went wrong. Now, obviously, they didn't go wrong and everything works out, and usually that's what most people find happens. It's just that fear of the unknown, the fear of the next step, the fear of getting out of your comfort zone is terrifying for a lot of people. However, it is the next step that you need to take in order to keep growing, or in order to get to the level that you want to get to, or that you know deep down you're capable of, or that you really want to do. Question that I like to ask myself if I ever get to a point where I am scared of taking the next step, I am scared of going to the next level or doing the next thing that I haven't done before and I'm afraid of that, is to ask myself, well, am I prepared to settle for not doing that? Am I prepared to settle for what I already have? And usually the answer is no, because I know that growth comes from getting out of your comfort zone, and if you're not growing, you're dying. So if you're not constantly pushing yourself into places where you feel uncomfortable, you simply are not growing, and you can be at a plateau and you can feel really meh about yourself and your life, and you can feel like there's something missing, especially for creative, high-achieving entrepreneurs. We always need to be doing the next thing, otherwise we feel really deeply unfulfilled. So I really hope that helps you. The answer is just do it. But first of all, get clear on what are you actually specifically afraid of happening, and how can you make a plan for what you're going to do if that happens, and then are you okay with doing that? Are you comfortable with the worst case scenario? And then, you know, just do it anyway. It'll be fine.